Hi everyone, we are Team 3. During phase 1, we defined our high impact question as identification of highly vulnerable households for distribution of food. During phase 2, we created heat maps to see the gaps between current pattern of food distribution in highly vulnerable regions and came up with those areas that have the most food insecurity. Now, during phase 3, we will be presenting our final solution in the form of short term, medium term, and long term solution. In short term, we suggest focusing on more local partnerships to increase food supply. In medium term, we suggest creating awareness through social media platforms to create a community of volunteers and trigger social change to fight hunger. In long term, we want to reach out to a bigger audience through collaborating with online food delivery platforms and leveraging their capabilities.
Okay, this is the map we made to see the gap between food demand and supply. The red areas on this map are areas where there are many low-income people, poor access to supermarkets, and where food banks provide little or no prepared meals. So we found that there are still many vulnerable areas in the food bank area. So now we are going to zoom in on the most vulnerable area to understand it better. So this is the most vulnerable area. So and then we found that there are many potential food distributors in this area and in other vulnerable areas as well. So there are a lot of groceries, farmers, and restaurants. So we can establish new partnerships with these potential partners and ask them to donate their surplus food. So this is an effective short-term solution.
So here are some potential distributors food bank can collaborate with. The graph shows grocery store, farmers, and restaurants that are within the top 5 vulnerable zip code. Please click the link to check the whole dataset. After the short-term solution, we suggest food bank to implement the medium-term plan, which focus on creating awareness of food bank. To begin with, the food bank can promote their service or program to communities through religious institutions like church. Apart from that, we could offer community service hour or internship credit to school in medium school, high school, and college. At that case, we can hire more volunteers to do the data collection and food distribution. The last but not the least, Food Bank can build a campaign in social media platform to motivate youngs and local communities to volunteer or donate.
A long-term solution for the Pittsburgh Food Bank would be to partner with digital food delivery services such as DoorDash, Instacart, and Uber Eats. The food bank could collaborate with these companies to give their customers an opportunity to make donations to the food bank right from their apps. These donations could be monetary or encompass food and other household items. Drivers already working for these companies could pick up donations and deliver them to the food bank, and from the food bank, deliver them to vulnerable households.
Here, we have the various benefits to stakeholders to enhance the chances of all the stakeholders buying into our ideas. Firstly, through our recommendations, the food bank would increase their food availability and incoming donations. In addition, partners' resources would be able to be used effectively to deliver meals. The food bank's partners have tax incentives to partner and donate to the food bank. The targeted partners were carefully chosen as they all have a relationship with food delivery. Helping the food bank is a perfect opportunity for them to effectively give back to the community, showing corporate responsibility and leadership. Lastly, the community would also greatly benefit because there would be more availability of nutritious meals. Here, we discuss the cost effectiveness of the solutions for each time frame. In the short term, there will be no change to the current infrastructure. The actionable item is to reach out to local establishments in the areas with high vulnerability, which entails little to no costs. The middle term goals are based around continuing to raise awareness for the food bank. Potential costs would be setting up booths at local universities. However, much of the awareness will be gained through involvement of youth volunteers who could share the food bank's social media pages to gain traction. In the long run, costs will be incurred by a third party through their delivery infrastructure, who will also be gaining the tax benefits as discussed. Our solutions throughout these phases effectively minimize the cost for the food bank.